So Republican Congressman Louie Gohmert from Texas, one of the wackiest and most ignorant members of Congress out there, has tested positive for coronavirus. Now, Gohmert has also aggressively refused to wear masks, but he believes that some brief moment of mask wearing may actually be what gave him the virus. I'm going to show you that video in a moment, but as a reminder, for months, Louie Gohmert has been seen on Capitol Hill refusing to wear a mask. In fact, just 2 days ago, he was at Attorney General Bill Barr's hearing and walked out of the room right behind William Barr, neither wearing a mask, neither he nor William Barr wearing a mask, that is, raising questions about Barr's possible exposure. Barr has reportedly tested negative since. Gohmert said back in June that he didn't need to wear a mask because he didn't have the virus, but said he would put a mask on if he were to get infected. Apparently, he must have worn a mask at some point, because here is video of Louie Gohmert, now COVID positive, saying, it might have been wearing a mask that gave me the virus.
I can't help but wonder if by keeping a mask on and keeping it in place, that if I might have put some germs, some of the virus onto the mask and breathed it in. I don't know, but I got it. We'll see what happens from here. But the reports of my demise are very premature.
The mask gave him the virus, but he doesn't really wear masks. If you can imagine this, he was actually scheduled to have some kind of birthday barbecue fundraiser later in August, where donors were going to be given meet and greet access to him. That crazy Fox News host, former Judge Jeanine Pirro, was going to be there as a special guest. No word on what's going on with that event. No word from Fox News as to whether Jeanine Pirro would still be part of the event if it were going to happen. But the mask wearing has become very, very partisan at this point. There's an Axios Ipsos poll from a few weeks ago, which found that 2/3 of Democrats are wearing masks all the time when they're outside their homes in public, whereas only about half that number, 35% of Republicans, are wearing masks. So it is a significant partisan divide. And that plays into, remember my report from earlier this week, that what has forced Trump or pushed Trump to change his tone on coronavirus has been that advisors went to him and said, it's disproportionately our people. That's the word they used, our people, who are getting this. So it might be bad from an election standpoint if this continues. Now, a few other things to show you on this. Louie Gohmert went on Sean Hannity's Fox News program last night, and Sean Hannity was encouraging him to take hydroxychloroquine. And Gohmert said, yeah, I'm taking it. And it was barely coherent. He called it hydroxychloroquine or something like that. Take a look at this.
You're a guy at Cedars-Sinai that knows more about hydroxychloroquine than anybody. Have you thought about any of these? Have you talked to your doctor about it? Any thoughts on it for yourself?
Yes, I have. And thanks for the discussion you've had about it. You've talked about the one study that said it was affected, had to be withdrawn. So, my doctor and I are all in. And I got a text just before I came on from a dear friend doctor that just found out he had it. And he said he started the DQ regimen too. So zinc, erythromycin, and the hydroxychloroquine. And that will start just in the next day or two. Yep. So thank you.
So Gohmert, how is this real life? Gohmert not only has no idea what he's taking, he actually says that Hannity's propaganda coverage of hydroxychloroquine at least partially influenced his desire to take it. And then just one more little video for you. Here is Republican Congressman Kevin McCarthy calling Louie Gohmert Congressman COVID and then correcting himself.
You want to be able to trace it, put him out, and just as Congressman Louie Gohmert says that he doesn't have any symptoms, there could be other people like that. So.
What a world that we live in. That's just perfect. Yeah, I think going forward, I should refer to Louie Gohmert as Congressman COVID. Now, to get serious for a second, Herman Cain went to Donald Trump's Tulsa, Oklahoma rally, or Tulsa, as some people say, and he was then diagnosed with coronavirus. He has now died. And there's every reason to believe that Herman Cain, former presidential candidate and supporter of Trump, caught the virus at Trump's Corona rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He is dead now. Okay. So when we talk about this, I take no pleasure in Herman Cain dying of coronavirus, even as it appears he caught it at an optional rally that Donald Trump did. But we've just got to be serious and realistic here. When I talk to people in other countries, people like Louie Gohmert and these other moron Republicans, they often come up. And sometimes people in other countries just can't even understand what's going on. Like, how is it even possible for people like Gohmert to get elected? How is it even real life that Donald Trump is holding a rally with 6,500 people indoors in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which now, as far as we believe, led to the infection of Herman Cain and subsequently the death? Like, did Trump kill his friend by having that rally? Is that a crazy thing to say? How is it even possible that Louie Gohmert is elected? And you really just have to understand the United States to understand that. I mean, understand the electorate in the Texas 1st Congressional District. These are not ad hominems. The Texas 1st Congressional District, where Louie Gohmert is elected, and the district that he represents, it's wildly right wing. Trump got 72% of the vote in the 1st District of Texas in 2016. Mitt Romney got 72% of the vote in 2012. McCain got 69% in 2008. Bush got 68 and 69% in 2000 and 2004. This is a wildly right-wing area, and that correlates at this point in time, 2020 in the United States, disproportionately with anti-science beliefs. Texas's 1st District has even more pronounced Texas problems. Texas is not a place with particularly good healthcare. Texas is not a place with particularly good education. It's extra not good in the 1st District of Texas. So this is a complicated place. They tragically keep electing Louie Gohmert, and we're seeing the consequences of this anti-science ideology. One of the things I'm going to talk about at the start of tomorrow's program is that Dr. Anthony Fauci is now in the unenviable position of having to beg and plead with America to listen to science and doctors. That's where we are. Meanwhile, look at what's happening in New Zealand. Look at what's happened in South Korea. Look at Vietnam. Look at, Greece. Dramatically different places culturally, geographically, and economically all have figured out how to deal with the virus. And this is what we're dealing with. This is a tragedy. And, the human toll, party aside, is my priority. I don't want anyone to get the virus or die. But there is one side that has been the cause of these problems, and they must be held accountable. If they are not, what's to prevent them from doing exactly the same thing next time? If you love feeding your intellectual curiosity, but you're always struggling to find the time, check out one of my all-time favorite apps called Blinkist. Blinkist lets you consume an entire book on your way home from work. They take thousands of popular nonfiction books, condense each one into text or audio that you can get through in just 15 minutes, and you get all of the important core ideas and information from that book. It's perfect if you don't have enough time to do all the reading you want to do, or if you just want to sample a book before you buy the entire thing. I recently read A Brief History of Time, of course, by the great Stephen Hawking. This is a book that I have been aware of for so long, and other things got in the way, and it was fantastic to check it out on Blinkist. Blinkist has books on politics, philosophy, science. They have 27 different nonfiction categories, and a subscription is only about $8 a month, and you get the entire library. But you can try it totally free and get 25% off a subscription when you go to Blinkist.com/Pakman. I've put the link right underneath this video.